morning. Bloom. Uh-oh, that looked bad from my camera. Fix that. That might look good. What the heck? Uh-oh. We have some technical difficulties. That's bad. I just that is too annoying though. No, that's not how it works. Let's do that again. Good morning. As I work on technical difficulties. There we go. Gotta push the buttons. Hit the buttons. Hit the buttons. No. I'm not looking right. I don't know what's going on. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. That's just horrible. I don't know what to do about that. We gotta get the technical difficulties straight. That looks horrible. What am I doing wrong, video? I'm doing something wrong. Alright. Oh, I know what it is. Hang on. I'm about to take off. This is gonna fix it. I'm about to take it off. Give me a minute. And then got the boys out the cave. It's a good day. It's always a good day. All the kids out the cave. Got the coach out the cave. Planet came together. Showed we still got some humanity in us. Oh, I know this now. Hold on. Let's try that again. Whew. All right. Deep state, man. Deep state always coming for you. I'm talking about love and nothing like that. Talk about love, you get in trouble. Let's see, did I fix it? No, I still didn't fix it. All right. Well, we're gonna have to kind of deal with some stuff this morning, man. My background ain't acting right. I'm gonna see me play with stuff for a minute. These green screens, they can be kind of fun sometimes. Talk amongst yourselves. How's everybody doing this morning? I'm gonna figure this out. I'll do that. That. Let's try that. No, I can't get it going. Right. We might have a funky screen today. Might be funky screen day. I don't know what's going on. All right, updating my software. They're doing something. All right, I'm gonna be little guy today, so I'm not even gonna mess around with the green screen today. We're gonna be little guy. I want to get going. It's getting late. We're just gonna do that right there. Be done with it. Man, it's hot. Y'all hot? Come on here, get under these hot lights, man. It's hot. I'm in the cave. Actually, put myself over here because I'm ugly today, y'all. I don't have my green screen working right. It's hot. Turn some of these lights off then. If I'm not green screening it today, we just gonna go raw today. We're in the cave today. Y'all see I got my badge on? Y'all see my shirt? See my shirt? Y'all see what that is? Anybody recognize that? Does anybody's parents ever do that to their shirts? Does anybody remember that? Back in the 80s? Y'all don't remember that? Back in the 80s, there was, I think it was the 80s, was it 70s or the 80s? There was a movement in America where you covered up the labels on your shirt because the people back then figured out what the hell the problem was. They figured out that the world is dark, that slave labor runs everything, and people hid themselves. They hid the labels of these corporations. When I buy a shirt, it's my shirt now. It's not your shirt. I'm not going to wear your Nike, your Reeboks, your Cseasar, your Buster Browns, whatever it is, you know, like, so today I got this shirt on and I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to show anybody what the label says, because the label is unimportant, completely unimportant. In fact, the label is the problem. The label is the problem. We got to stop getting behind these big corporations. But before I get on the corporations and all of that nonsense, which is why I'm a minimalist and I buy as little as I can, I fix everything I can, I grow what I can, I save my seeds, I do everything I can to not participate in the modern world because it's sick, it's disruptive, it's evil, it's dark. It's dark. And that's why I'm in the cave today. I'm in the cave because we had a great thing that happened. Good morning, everybody. We had a great thing that happened. I'm off on my rant. I'm not even looking at YouTube yet. I'm mad. My green screen ain't working. Y'all got me mad this morning. Brother Gown here. Where you at? Brother Gown here. Yeah, I got a whole carafe. It's French, man. It's French. Carafe. I got a whole carafe coffee today. So Brother Gown and Alan up in the room talking about me. You might get something today. So the earth is dark, y'all, but they got the kids out. The cave was dark, and I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about it. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. The world came together. Of every nation that could get there with Navy SEAL divers. One of the divers died. They got all the 12 kids out in less than 36 hours, and they got the coach out. And I think it's the perfect analogy. Perfect analogy. Because the earth is dark. The earth is in immense darkness. But the difference is it's artificial darkness. Like I think about, now I can stop praying and I can stop well-wishing and meditating for the boys in the cave, and I can start doing it for the kids around the planet. Got those kids out from under all of that rock. But when are we going to get the kids out from the American rocks, the United States corporations rocks, the French rocks, the UK's rocks, the banks rocks, the corporations rocks? Why we keep going back to it. How do you think these corporations operate? They all operate on debt. They all operate on slave labor. They all operate on stealing minerals and resources. They all operate on getting loans from the banks that are paying for the endless wars, because the kings and the lords have endless bank accounts because they print their own money so they can bomb and kill kids and bury them under caves all over this planet. They are still pulling kids out of that cave in Raqqa. They are still pulling kids out of all the caves in Raqqa, all of the artificial caves. That makes make myself a little bigger in the cave. They're still pulling them out. All of them. Oh, you know what? I know what's wrong with my background. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to go like this. We're going to go raw today. I don't care. They're still pulling them out. The smell in Raqqa is so foul that the people cleaning up the rubble, they have to wear masks because it's getting hot there. And all the kids and the women and all the bodies are rotting under Raqqa. And it's not the first time. And it's not the second time. We've done this many times. That's why I'm saying we got to back away from this. You got to get your label. Don't wear your labels, y'all. Don't wear your labels. Now is the time to stop buying this crap. Now is the time to back out. I was thinking about something earlier. You know, continuing on the point of the earth being flat. And I know, like I said, I'm not saying the earth is flat. I'm not going there. I'm just saying the earth is not well-rounded enough, right? People talk, they laugh at flat earthers. Every time my flat earthers come on, they start posting stuff. Y'all start laughing. Okay. Flat as you can be, though, because we're not well-rounded. It is impossible for us to be well-rounded. Just for the fact that I got to wear this label alone. We never knew that slave labor was building all this. Who was the sister who just said, how much water does it take to make a pair of damn jeans? You know, we don't think about this stuff. We don't think about who this hurts. We have not been well-rounded. We've all been flat. Flat as hell. Flat Stanley. Y'all know Flat Stanley? Y'all got Flat Stanley? My kids had a project. They had to take this Flat Stanley. They took a sheet of paper and they drew Stanley and they colored him in and they cut it out and they brought it down and said, Daddy, it's Flat Stanley. You know, so you're supposed to take Flat Stanley everywhere you go. And I mean, it's the greatest thing. Do y'all know who Flat Stanley is? Where are my teachers at? My teachers here? Y'all need to tell people who Flat Stanley is. Flat Stanley is a beast. And so you take Flat Stanley, I'm like, Daddy, Flat Stanley. And I'm like, what the hell is this, son? He said, this Flat Stanley, Daddy, you gotta take it somewhere. I think my oldest son, it was James. You gotta take this around. I'm not gonna take no damn sheet of paper to work, man. What's wrong with you? But see, here's the point of the project. Listen to this. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy, because I don't even think about this stuff. Some people, sometimes they say, well, you sit here and you put together. No, I don't put together nothing. I turn the camera on, I start running my mouth, I start looking at comments in the room, and this thing just go places. So check it out. This is the whole Flat Stanley project. You take Flat Stanley around and you take pictures with Flat Stanley as you do things in your day. So I took Flat Stanley to work. I took Flat Stanley fishing. I took Flat Stanley to the park. I took Flat Stanley somewhere else, and then I gave Flat Stanley to Grandpa. Grandpa took Flat Stanley because Grandpa and Grandma were retired. They flew all over the place, took Flat Stanley. I think he went to Hawaii. He went other places. They ain't take me to Hawaii, you bastard. No, I love you. I love you, Mama. I do. I still love you, Daddy. I do. But y'all ain't take me to Hawaii. Y'all took Flat Stanley to Hawaii. Y'all took my sister. Anyway, they're going to get some issues. I don't want to go there. I got too many psychologist friends. They always trying to psychoanalyze me. Don't analyze me. Analyze the world. The world is flat. And so you take Stanley all over these places, take all these pictures, and you bring him back, and you share with the class the world that Flat Stanley saw. So now Flat Stanley isn't as flat as Americans, as Britons, as the French, as people in the West, as everybody. Everybody, we all are. We're all flat because there's so much we don't know. We are not well-rounded. This is why I don't laugh at anybody who says flat earth, because they're right. They're right. I know this part too. I said that yesterday. I don't care. I'm still on this point. They are right. We are too flat. We have got to become well-rounded people. Don't laugh at other flat people because you're flat. We don't know what happens around this world. You know, if we don't pay attention, we pay attention to what's happening in our communities and our own little, and this is why I'm saying it's time for the adults to step up, because adults, y'all been too damn quiet. You're too quiet. I'm being trolled. Who's trolling me? I'm too quiet. Please troll me. Come on, bring it. Bring it. You better be an intelligent troll, though. You better do your homework. Ty says you better do your research. I don't play with making crap up. I'm an adult, damn it. I am not, when it comes to human rights. Oh no, I'm an adult. I don't get flat on human rights. Don't murder people. If you murder people, don't tell me nothing about stop murdering people. Don't tell and don't tell the other side about, because this is how it works with me. This is how it works. It's real simple, real simple. If your group does it, keep your mouth shut. All you can do is clap when an adult, a professional, gives a solution. Just go like this. This is all you can do. Like, yeah, I know. I've been a damn Democrat, Republican, left, right. I've been conservative, liberal. I'm just stupid. No, not stupid. You're not. But you're flat. You're flat because you're selective, and you select the science. Ooh. You select the psychology. You select the people that are important to you. You throw up the bird. I can't do the bird, but you throw up the bird to everybody else. Flat. You're flat. Stop being flat. That's what I'm saying. Stop being flat. Gotta stop cheering these corporations. I was thinking about this yesterday. And it's a whole bunch of news. There's a whole bunch of news. I mean, it's not just they got the kids out and all the people buried in Raqqa that they're trying to get out. The indigenous people in Canada. I was looking at this. This is crazy that they're abducting women in Canada because the police don't respond. I'll post a link. Y'all can watch it. This is insanity. The earth is dark. And the only reason the earth is in this artificial cave is because the adults are not stepping up to say, damn it, we're going to open the cave. Damn it, we're going to put a tube together, send it in the cave, get the kids out the cave. We're going to stop being selective. We're going to stop being white and black and Hispanic. And if y'all didn't watch Ty's talk with Chris yesterday, y'all should watch it. It was off the hook. Those brothers, they blew it out. They blew it out. If we don't get rid of these labels, man, if we don't get rid of these flatisms, because that's all it is, it's just flat. Flat. If we don't stop giving flat philosophies to our kids, man, we aren't going to make it. It's so simple. This is why the adults got to step up. And this is why I'm saying None of this is political. None of it. Not a drop of this is politics. And that's why they censor people. I think the brother who was Jimmy said, I'm being trolled. Troll me. Come on, bring it. I don't give a damn. I'm not, listen, I don't have any ego to display. All I'm saying is don't come with stupidity. Because I got a whole lot of friends. Sometimes I don't get a chance to look at my thread, and my friends take care of stuff. They take care of it. I don't know what it is, and I don't know how it happened, but I got a lot of smart people, professionals, all kind of people. So you can come with it. Just bring the facts, because they're gonna make you look stupid. That's the only thing I'm saying. There was a time I had to go down my thread and try to answer everything. Now I just go read. I'm just reading like, damn, oh, you said that. Oh, goodness, why you hit him in the jaw like that, girl? You could have been a little nicer. You didn't have to hit him with the posting links, but the world is dark. And a lot of people in real dark places. And we can free all of them. We can free all of them. Every problem we have in this world has already been solved on paper. Every single one. And if one hasn't, please somebody tell me what it is. The professionals have already solved it. The neuroscientists, the psychologists, the doctors. I won't say no damn lawyers. The humanists, the populists. They've already solved all these problems. The true capitalists, not the crony capitalists that want to keep today going, which is phony capitalism, but the real capitalists, the real ones. They've already solved all of this, So all of these problems have already been fixed on paper, but we don't roll them out because the adults is sitting back, I would say enjoying life, but living life because they don't want to have anything to do with anything that kind of looks sort of political. Kids buried in a cave, it's not political. Poor people buried in caves around this planet, it's not political. Buried in poverty, buried in joblessness, buried in no food, buried in being overly medicated, buried in having their homes taken, buried in having their land taken, buried in not being able to grow plants that they can sell into market because pharmaceutical companies don't like those plants. We can turn the light on in these caves at any time we want. We can go in and get the kids, the Earth kids, the 7 billion kids in the cave and pull them out, but we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that because they're not in a real cave. Those people are all in artificial scarcity caves. People around the world who are doing the worst off, all over America, all over South America, all over the Middle East, all over Africa, all over China, all over Russia, they are all in false dark caves built by big corporations and banks with the lords and the kings. All of them. All of them. And it's easy enough to just, because they're not buried under, what was it, almost quarter-mile worth of rock where the kids were. They're buried. They're not, they're in an artificial cave where somebody just turned the light out. Click. That's all it was. They turned the light out. At any time we want, we can turn the light right back on. Click. That's it. We don't need the drills. We don't need the oil company drills. Elon Musk, I love you, brother, but we don't need your pipe to put the kids in. You're my favorite billionaire. You're my favorite one. He's the only one who... I was talking to my kids about it. And he's like, yeah, they're gonna get Elon Musk is gonna make a pipe with a jet thing and it's gonna get the kids out the cave. And I said, you know what? I said, first of all, Elon Musk is a psychopath because he is a billionaire and he's keeping $1 billion worth of something from people who are dying without it. But he is my favorite one because at least he put something out. He's low on that billionaire psychopathic spectrum. But the rich people are never coming to save us, y'all. And it's not because it's not about the rich people. It's not even about the psychopath. It's about the adults who are quiet, the adults who are just kind of living their lives on their farm. They're just going to work every day, doing the thing, aren't stepping up. You gotta step up. And this is how this is one of the ways you step up. This is how I like to step up. Every time somebody comes to me and they say, hey, I'm with this group and that wall is white, I go find the other group. The group is saying he's lying. And I say, what color is that wall? Because he said the wall is white. They say, nope, the wall is blue. I said, why you say the wall is blue? And they give me the facts. Okay, well, the wall is blue because this, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, now you flat. I know that you selective too because you with this group and groups. The only reason human beings group up because they're scared and they want to be flat. They want to be selective about how they do things. I go back to other people say, no, the wall ain't white. He said the wall is blue. And he's kind of right because boop, 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 boop. They say, oh, well, that's kind of true, but here's the rest of it. Boop, 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 boop. And that's what I do. I don't act like I know any damn thing. That's the only thing I act like I know. That's not true. Is the world is going to end if we don't stop killing poor people. The world is going to end if we don't stop listening to people. The world is going to end if the adults don't step up and take the world back from these dummies that are wearing the shirts that got the eyes out and the Nike and buying them, showing how ignorant they can be for the kids. Oh, baby, we're going to get you some new shoes every month. And meanwhile, the kids on this planet who don't even have shoes. And they're going to sit here and tell me, oh, well, slavery in the South in the past was bad. No, it wasn't. It was great. It was fantastic. It must have been because you love slavery today. Tell me something. Tell me something, my son. Uh-oh. Okay, Ellen ain't here. All right. I'm gonna have to calm down when Ellen and Gail come in. They get on me and say, you drink too much coffee, man. Calm down, bro. Good morning, everybody. All right, I'm gonna hit some comments. This is my thought for the day. We finally got those kids out of the cave. There are no problems on this planet that are not unsolvable. We can solve all of them. Why don't we just go ahead and solve them? You know, it comes to money. People still hit me up with the MMT. Okay, I get it. And I'm not against anything. I'm not against anybody's plan. I think I posted, Brother Ron Paul yesterday was talking about Wyoming and Arizona now have gold and silver you can trade in, which is phenomenal, fantastic. The states passed that. However, it's not states' rights and it's not the federal government's right either. You can trade anything you want to trade damn in. You're an American, you're a human being, you're born on the planet. If you want to say Umbutu Ungawa, I give you this spear, you give me that sack of rice, damn it, it's a trade, you know, and nobody has anything else to say in that, period. They don't have the constitutional right. They don't have the earth natural right. They have no rights. But it's a step in the right direction. You know, MMT, Bitcoin, all of these, any competition against the banks printing their own currencies, the governments, which are just lords and kings. That's all they are. Somebody tell me I'm wrong if I'm wrong. But initially you had the king. King printed all his money. He owned his coffers. He could do anything he wants, right? Because if you own the money, you own the people, right? What is money? Money is human labor and it's survival. If people don't have money, they die. So if you have what it takes for people to live and not die, they will do any damn thing you want. What you want. If they want you to be a police officer and shoot everybody you can see who's under the age of 16, who doesn't do what you say because they get an attitude, they will do that. Why? Because the person with the money controls the purse. They control the people. If they want you to raise kids who you never spend time around because you got 3 jobs and you don't get to know who they are, the streets raise them, the video games raise them, the movies raise them, they can do that because they can tell you have to work 3 jobs by pushing you down low on the pyramid. So whoever controls the money controls the people. There's no question about that. So we went from kings to politicians. And I don't think anything changed. We went from kings to politicians. They still print their money. They still control the currency. They still print our money. Let me correct that. Not their money. They print our money. They make it up as they go. They own the coffers. And so they can determine when we go to war, how we go to war, when we go to war, who gets to live, who gets to die. And they control people by giving these labels and getting them to operate based on that. Step in the right direction. They can't control money. They can't control trade. They can't control what people talk about. They can't control what people do. And you take a lot of power from them. So any competition that they have, that's great. That's great. Somebody tell me something. Well, money ain't going away. Yes, it is. Money going away. Money's going away. It's only a temporary thing. Robots don't work for money. And I made sure I did my part. What is it? This is what I say. We all sell out, every one of us. I did my part. I did my part. I worked in automation. I did my part. I wrote you out of jobs. Yes, I did. I did it. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did. I outsourced your jobs. I did. Yes, I did. I worked for the corporations. I drank the Kool-Aid. I drank like coffee like this. Oh, that's good. Take my Bayer aspirin. I get my pesticide burgers. I eat them up. Work for the corporations. Wrote my software. Wrote a whole bunch of people out of jobs. Handed jobs from Americans to India to Mexico to other places. I did all of it. Had no idea what was going on. Gaslit, blinded, loving slavery, selling the whole world out, because that's what I was told to do. And one day I woke up. I don't think I woke up. I think I started waking up, and I realized that this doesn't end in a good place, that we're actually making the cave bigger. We're pushing more humans deeper into the darkness, deeper into the evil, deeper into places where there is no water, there is no food, there is no light. Like, imagine this. Imagine being an 11-year-old kid in a cave, deep in a mountain, and the water's rising. You don't know if it's day, you don't know if it's night, you don't know what time it is. The cell phone batteries are dead. You don't have anything. You don't know. And what you do know is the water keeps rising and you keep hearing drips. And they made it for 11 days in that, or 9 days in that cave till someone came to rescue them. It's who we are, people. That's who we are. We aren't these ignorant people, these consumers. That's not us. That's who we are. Because you know how you feel when you really think about that and you think about the last kids coming out of the cave? It makes you feel good, doesn't it? If it doesn't make you feel good, don't watch this. I'm not talking to you. You're a psychopath. We love you, but you're not a part of any solutions. You're a part of all the problems. It makes you feel good because that is your genetics. That is your evolutionary, that is your whatever you want to call it, God, spirit, whatever, telling you that you're not a dumb, you're not an evil creature. You're a creature of compassion. You're a creature of love. You're a creature of wanting to do better for others. You're not a creature of getting behind the kings and the lords, the politicians, and stealing what they can from other people and keeping people in poverty so that they can get their retirements. I'm gonna look at the comments. I don't know my comments up. I'm coming down, all right, before they come in. But at any time we want, we can turn the lights on in the cave. We're just choosing not to. And I think that's a bad idea. I think it's a bad idea. I think that we can listen to the professionals. Like somebody tell me some of the problems that haven't been solved. Great, we know where that is. Like we talk about the indigenous women in Canada being abducted. I think that was Canada. I'll post the link. We've already solved that. We know that, not we, I say we as a collective. What I'm referring to is the professionals. You know who the professionals are? The ones we never listen to. And I'm not saying that the professionals aren't flat. They are flat too. But in their fields of discipline, they've done the research and they've given us the indicative studies to show us that 98% of the time rape comes from impoverished people who grew up in this type of community and they didn't have this or that, and they saw the father beating on the mother, they saw this or something happened, da 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 da, and they tell us, okay, so all of these conditions come from where? You listen to the people who talk about economics, they're doing the analysis. Well, why do these impoverished areas occur? Oh, they occur because the billionaires got all the money and they get more and more money. Well, why did they get so much money? How did they get? Oh, it's because they got bank accounts. Well, why does this damn bank thing exist? Oh, well, because rich people long time ago wanted to just collect more than what they could carry in a pouch. Oh, okay. Well, how do they have so much today? Oh, because everybody's buying their shirts. Oh, is it? Everyone's buying their cell phones. Everyone's buying their televisions. Edward Bernays propaganda. You get everybody excited and they make a lot of money and they make the world darker and darker and darker. And we can turn the light on anytime we want. But we're refusing to turn that light on. Anytime we want. You know, why is it the police don't respond when they steal these indigenous women? Well, because the police are busy. Oh, really? So maybe we shouldn't blame the police. Why are the police busy? What the hell are they doing? Is it that many damn donuts in Canada? What's going on in Canada? Y'all got Dunkin' Donuts going wild? What's up there? Oh, it's not donuts? What is it? Oh, they got a war on drugs. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me, I'm going to make this number up, 60% of the police are actually busy chasing people for plants, man? You got women being raped and they're abducted and used for who God knows what. And you got the police chasing after people for some damn plants for the pharmaceutical industry so they can make more money so they can put it in their bank accounts. Oh man, that has to go. It is that simple. It is that stupid simple. Critical thought. Determining what the actual problems are, listening to the professionals. You know how many people I know on the internet, man, they're just, the chemical engineers. And when they're not a chemical engineer, they're doctors. When they're not doctors, they're holistic doctors. When they're not holistic doctors, they're flat earth scientists. And when they're not that, we have a lot of professional dummies online. And it's time for those dummies to go away. It's time for that dumbness to go. It's time for the flat philosophies to stop. That's why. So who said it? All right, I got my comments on. Who said it the other day? Somebody, I forgot who. It might have been Glenn. Was it Glenn or Philip? I forgot. He said, why you always support flat earthers? Because everybody, most of the people on this planet just like them. They just didn't pick the earth to be flat about. They picked indigenous people to be flat about. They picked certain children to be flat about, certain political parties to be flat about, certain vaccines and drugs, certain corporations, because I work for this corporation, I work for the banks. The banks can't be that bad. I work for, the Izod shirt. Is Izod still a company? Polo, whatever it is? I don't know. Hopefully they went out of business a long time ago because it shouldn't exist. People need to make their own damn clothes. They need to make them locally. They need to make their own shoes. We can turn the light on anytime we want for the world. All right, where are my comments? Let me go back. I done ran my mouth for a minute. Where are my comments at? Everybody wants to be selective about, flat. Ooh, I'm one more flat about that because I always go to this one. Flat hate. How about flat hate? You hate the people that got hate instead of asking why they got the hate. I love to go to that one. I do, because the biggest hate groups in the world, the biggest hate crime is being done by two political parties that nobody wants to say anything about. They get on TV, nobody arresting them. They get on, they talk, they write these laws, they kill people because they're born in the wrong place. They let them stay buried under cave. They bury them deeper in the cave. And if that ain't hate, I don't know what is. Flat hate. Oh, wow, I hate people. But do the hate people hate you? Are they trying to kill you? They're not, then maybe they don't hate you so much. Maybe the people with the real hate your political party is actually lying to you. That's why I'm fine with it. I'm fine. Whatever you believe, I'm good with it. As long as you believe it in you and you keep it in you, I'm good. Like now people flipping out about Trump. Now Trump is putting, what is the Supreme Court justice? He's supposed to be a big time conservative. I never heard about the guy. I don't follow any of this politics stuff. I don't know who he is. They say, he's going to repeal abortion. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he might. If you let him. If you let them. They walk us into a belief that they own us. They own our bodies. And what is my position on abortion? Now, my position is my position on my abortion. That's my position as a Christian. My position, and that's a weird. I hate saying that name, but I have to say it because I don't think people even know what it is anymore. The people who wear the label don't even know what it is. I hate that label, but I have to say it because otherwise, because this is like the real issues in the world. Brother Vegan around. He said the reason the earth is flat because of Christians. But anyway, my position on abortion is my abortion. God gave me free will over my body. Whatever God is, don't know what it is. God might be Shiva. I'm good with that. I don't know. Jesus, some creature gave me free will over this. So when I need to go get my abortion, I'm gonna make my decision. Me personally, I won't do it because that's what I believe in. But as far as you and your body, because this is all self-determination, right? When you stand up and say, you know what? I don't really like what you do, but it's you. It's not me. And whatever created all of this, it gave you a right to do this. And the only way this world actually works, the only way it does not come to an end and we all get murdered again, because we all are going to get murdered again. This civilization has played out itself many times. Every civilization that's ever existed have all gone extinct because we never got to the place where we said, your body, your self-determination, your free will that all of these God creatures said that we all have, that's on you. You do what you want to do. And I'm going to support you doing what you want to do. Now, I might share with you who I am, what I like to do, and maybe if you don't want to be flat, you can look at what everybody else is doing, and we all evolve in our own space, in our own minds, in our own times. So I guess they're saying, he's supposed to repeal abortion only because the adults aren't stepping up. Only because the real Christ following creatures, the real Buddha teaching following people, the real Muhammad following people, because those people actually aren't standing up for what their gods told them to do. The atheists who believe in natural law and who believe in leaving people to do those things and how this world has always worked as an ecosystem, because they're not standing up. That's the only reason the lords and the kings get away with anything. It's because we don't stand up for each other. They somehow convince you that your neighbor shouldn't have any guns, and you just silly enough to believe it because you're flat. That's another flat gun control. You're flat on this idea that swords haven't freed people. You know how many damn swords have freed people from being raped? Do you know how many swords have freed the poor from these masters? You know why? Probably why. I'm gonna speculate why. I mean, most of the ones I know of, I love looking at ancient archaeology and lost civilizations, and most of them all went extinct because they couldn't stop telling each other what to do. That's why. It is actually that simple. That's what I'm saying. None of the problems in the world are difficult. You don't need politicians. You don't need these complex matrices and problem solving. So you got to do this and do that and change this and write this law to fix this law, not that law. Did it. You don't have to do none of that. All you have to do is stick to the basic principles and don't let anybody make you look stupid and tell you what to think. Say, you know what? This is why ideologies are good. Not modern ideologies, not the flat ones. The earth is flat and it's damn it is flat. So there's some oval earthers out there. I think somebody's talking about a trapezoid earth. But when you let people think for you, this planet doesn't go the way it's supposed to. When you let people get you to be okay with keeping other people in the dark because they don't think like you, nothing goes the way it should. Let me go back to the comments. I'm off running. Each of us expects someone to turn on the light. Yes, brother Adrian, thank you for saying that. You got to turn on the light for other people. I ran into this teacher the other day, brother Adrian. He was from New York. I talk to him every now and then. Old cat. I like old people. Old people are smart people. Y'all listen to old people. They don't know every damn thing. They're flat too, but they know a lot more than what we do. They have a lot more experiences. Find people who are older than you and listen to them. And he was talking about a kid. There was a kid in New York City school. Let me remember what happened with this kid. Okay, right. He's a music teacher. And the mom, because the dad ain't around, is my understanding, called the music teacher and said, you know, he's one of these eccentric music teachers, right? He's big and he plays for churches and stuff all over New York. But he really works with the kids. He really loves the kids. And the mom called him and said, I don't know his name, Johnny stole $93 out my purse. And so what he did is he went to the kid and said, did you steal $93 out your mother's purse? He said, no, I ain't steal nothing. I ain't steal nothing. He said, no, I caught you lying before. Your mom said it was in there and it was gone. Nobody else was in the house. Did you steal the $93? I ain't steal nothing. I ain't steal nothing. He said, you know what? He said, you will not be playing in the concert. Well, I don't know when it was, next week. You will not be playing in the concert. So I can't play in the concert? You know what he did when he went home? He gave his mother the $93 back. He came back to his teacher and he said, you know what? I gave the money back. I'm sorry. He stepped in and he turned the light on. He stepped in and he turned the light on. Are you seeing this, Adrian? This is what you're talking about. It's easy to look at other people and say, you know what, that's not my kid. That's not my problem. His daddy not around. He can take it and do it damn self, you know? But he didn't do that. He stepped in and he did his thing. And that's all you're doing is you can turn the light on. If everybody, it didn't take everybody. If a lot of people just turn the light on, it becomes infectious. It goes viral. Humanity becomes viral again. Populism, standing up for each other, becomes viral again. When you stand up for people you're not supposed to stand up for, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes it shows them that maybe they were wrong with classifying maybe your group the way they do. That's why I stand up for my friends that are white nationalists, the ones who used to be and the ones who still are. Because I'm supposed to, not because I want to. Actually, I kind of, you know what, I'm changing. I'll be honest with you. Actually, I kind of want to. Actually, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun, Adrian. Sometimes it's fun. Because I'm just looking at people for being people. If I were raised to be a white supremacist, I'd be a white supremacist. My name might be Clayton Bixby. Y'all remember Dave Chappelle did this get Clayton Bixby? Anyway, all right, it was funny to me. But if I were raised to be that, I'd be that. And I'd be really pissed off if you judge me for it. I'd be really pissed. I'd be really pissed off if you didn't know me and you started judging me and telling me who I am. And if I finally met one of you who's just like, you know what? I get it. I get it. You want to live your life, and you have your selective ways you want to live, and I'm okay with that. As long as you don't put that on me, I won't put me on you, and we're good. And as long as you have that belief, you can be a brother of mine. That's all I care about. Stand up for people. Turn the light on, right? You may not like guns. Your neighbor has guns, but it is their right to have guns. They've saved people. Probably most of those civilizations that went missing is because there were evil governments and kings running them that needed to get deleted. And it was probably the swords that allowed the people to do that. And the people went back into the jungle like, this civilization thing ain't working. We're going right back into the jungle. Maybe that's why when you go to places like in South America, like the Mayans, every hill is a damn Guatemala and Belize. Every hill is a Mayan pyramid all over the place, all over Egypt. And even in America, the mound builders and all these ancient cultures are all gone. I think we keep giving all of this power to very few people. They start pushing everybody deeper in the cave. We stop standing up for each other to have their own free will, their own self-determination. And it gets so bad to a place where we got to pick up the swords and the guns and shut it all down. I think the internet can change that. And I think we can change that because now we can see that we've been played all over the earth. We have the technology to look at those civilizations like, wow, maybe these banks aren't a good idea. Maybe these bank accounts aren't a good idea. Maybe living our convenient lives, ignoring the slaves that build them up. Maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe I should be standing up for my neighbor for who they are, not who I need them to be or who I want them to be. That's why I do what I do. So I'm sorry if you're mad, you don't like it, but that's how it's going to be. And you can block me, you can delete me, you can go away if you want to. That's fine. I'm not going to stop. I'm not here to serve you. I'm here to serve some things that I don't even understand, to be honest with you. I'm here to try to do the right things and do my part and then get the hell out of here. I'm going to go do something better. Go fly around in something else and come back as a rock or something. Just look like, damn, y'all still here? Y'all going to get deleted. All right. Wherever the oil business has man camps, the indigenous women disappear. Oh, Brenda. See, and this is new to me. I mean, it's not new in terms of I didn't know we do this. It's new in terms of I didn't know that it was still happening in mass to indigenous women today. I have to post a link. It's just insanity to me. And it exists because we want it to exist. And we can stop it anytime we want. But it makes sense. The spoils of war, right? What's the number one spoil of war? What has it always been? It's been to take the women. And that's what they've always done. And as an oil company setting up a massive corporation and drilling operation close to you, is that an act of war? To me, it is. They're not from there. It's not their oil. It's not their land. Government doesn't own any of this, but they play these games. Why does the government own so much land? Because when people have land, they have freedom. If you have land, you got water, you got food, you don't fight. There's no reason to fight. You have peace. You can live your own life. And so they take the land. Like they keep saying, you can put the whole population of the world in Texas. So we're not running out of land. It's about allocation of resources. And that's war. The oil company starts to show up. What are they going to do? And it can be, Brenda, you sent me down the road. It could be an epigenetic thing, right? They talk about the transgenerational epigenetics. This is why I keep going back to professionals and I keep reciting these words I can barely spell because they're smarter than I am. And I listen to the professionals, but I listen to all of them in all the different disciplines. I don't listen to me and I don't listen to other dummies like me. So if we can hand down these subtle instincts and nuances that, okay, if I dominate an area, I can grab women and do what I want. And nobody can stop me or will stop me. It could simply be that. It could be something psychopathic, but we know, the professionals know where a lot of this comes from. And we never listen to them. We always listen to the politician. We always get scared and fearful and run and listen to somebody else instead of the people who know. Man camps hurt boys and men too. And Alicia, and that makes sense too. That makes sense, right? Like we were talking about the vampires. I heard the whole philosophy of vampires and where that came from. You know, if you hook a mouse, an old mouse up to a baby mouse, the stem cells in the baby mouse will go into the old mouse and make the old mouse a baby mouse.